What happens when a Hollywood family known for decades of headlines suddenly comes together for a moment filled with love, emotion, and new beginnings? This time, there was no movie premiere or red carpet drama. Instead, all eyes turned to a beautiful Idaho celebration that brought one famous family together. Tallulah Willis has married Justin Acee in a dreamy Idaho wedding, an emotional milestone as fans talking, not only about the bride and groom, but also about the special family moments surrounding them, with Willis and Demi Moore celebrating alongside their daughter. The occasion carried a meaning that went far beyond a typical celebrity wedding. But that's not the whole story. What happened next surprised everyone. Fans immediately began asking questions about the ceremony, the intimate setting, and emotional significance of seeing Tallulah begin this new chapter surrounded by the people closest to her. The real story is far more interesting than beautiful wedding photos. It's about family, resilience, love, and a milestone that carries special weight after years of public attention surrounding the Willis family. And as more details from the Idaho celebration come into focus, fans are getting a glimpse of a deeply personal moment that Hollywood rarely gets to see. So, what made Tallulah Willis and Justin Acee's wedding so unforgettable, and why did this celebration mean so much to the entire family? Let's take a closer look. For Tallulah Willis, this wedding represented much more than a beautiful ceremony in Idaho. It marked the beginning of a completely new chapter in her life, surrounded by people who have been part of her journey from the very beginning. Tallulah is the youngest daughter of Willis and Demi Moore, two Hollywood icons whose relationship and family life have remained in the public eye for decades. Growing up surrounded by that level of fame meant that many of Tallulah's milestones naturally attracted attention, but this moment felt different. Instead of a massive Hollywood spectacle, the celebration carried a more intimate and personal feeling. Idaho provided a stunning backdrop, while the focus remained on the bride, her new husband Justin Acee, and the family gathered around them. Fans immediately became emotional seeing the Willis family celebrate such an important occasion together. Willis and Demi Moore's presence added another layer of meaning to the day, especially because both have continued to show support for their daughters through life's biggest moments. But that's not the whole story. What made the wedding especially touching was the sense of family surrounding Tallulah. After years of watching the Willis family navigate life under an intense public spotlight, seeing them come together for a joyful occasion offered fans something refreshingly positive. And while the wedding itself was filled with beautiful details, the moments involving Tallulah's family will become some of the most meaningful parts of the entire celebration. As more details emerged, it became clear that this Idaho wedding was about far more than saying, "I do." As more details from the Idaho wedding emerged, fans began focusing on the atmosphere surrounding Tallulah Willis and Justin Acee's big day. Rather than feeling like a typical Hollywood spectacle, the celebration appeared deeply personal, with the couple surrounded by family, friends, and the people who had supported them throughout their journey. For Tallulah, that sense of closeness made the occasion even more meaningful. She has spent much of her life growing up in the public eye, but moments like this offered a chance to celebrate away from the constant pressure of Hollywood. And then there was a family connection. Seeing Willis and Demi Moore united in celebration for their daughter immediately caught people's attention. Their relationship has evolved over the years, but their commitment to their daughters has remained a consistent part of the family story. That made their presence at Tallulah's wedding particularly touching for fans who have followed the family for decades. What happened next surprised everyone. Instead of the conversation being dominated by celebrity glamour, fans were talking about family, love, and the emotional significance of the moment. Social media reactions reflected just how invested people had become in Tallulah's journey and how happy they were to see her surrounded by support on such an important day. The real story is far more interesting than the wedding photos alone. It's about a daughter stepping into a new chapter while the people closest to her stand beside her. And as the celebration continued, more personal details began to emerge. Details that showed just how thoughtfully Tallulah and Justin had created a wedding that felt uniquely theirs. One of the most touching parts of Tallulah Willis and Justin Acee's wedding was the sense that this celebration belonged completely to them, away from the usual Hollywood noise. The couple were able to focus on the people and moments that mattered most. The Idaho setting only added to that feeling. With its natural beauty and peaceful atmosphere, it created a backdrop that felt intimate rather than overly staged. For a family that has spent decades surrounded by cameras, that kind of privacy can make a milestone feel even more meaningful. Fans also couldn't ignore the emotional family dynamic surrounding the ceremony. Tallulah's sisters, Rumor and Scout Willis, have remained important parts of her life, and seeing the family gather together made the occasion feel like a true celebration of their bond. But that's not the whole story. The wedding also represented something deeply personal for Tallulah herself. Every wedding marks a new beginning. But for someone who has grown up under an enormous spotlight, choosing to celebrate in a quieter and more personal setting can carry an entirely different significance. What happened next surprised everyone, as fans began sharing their favorite moments from the celebration and sending congratulations to the newlyweds. The reaction wasn't simply about seeing another celebrity get married. It was about watching someone from a famous Hollywood family step confidently into a new chapter surrounded by love and support. And while the wedding day itself was beautiful, the biggest emotional takeaway came from the people standing beside Tallulah and what their presence revealed about the strength of the Willis family. As the celebration continued, attention naturally turned toward the people who made the day especially meaningful for Tallulah. For years, the Willis family has shared major milestones with the public, but this wedding offered a rare opportunity to see them gathered around one of the most important moments of Tallulah's life. Bruce Willis and Demi Moore's presence carried particular emotional weight. They may have ended their marriage decades ago, but they have continued to share an important role as parents to their daughters. Seeing them celebrate together highlighted something fans have witnessed repeatedly over the years. Their family bond extends far beyond the history of their relationship. That became one of the most talked about aspects of the wedding. Fans immediately began asking questions about how the family celebrated, who was there, and what the day meant to Tallulah. Every new glimpse into the ceremony seemed to reinforce the same message. This wasn't about Hollywood status. It was about families showing up for one another. And perhaps that's why the Idaho wedding resonated so strongly. In an industry where celebrity weddings can become massive productions, Tallulah and Justin's celebration felt more personal. The focus stayed on their commitment and the people closest to them, creating memories that could last far beyond the wedding day itself. The real story is far more interesting than a glamorous ceremony. It's about a family coming together for a joyful milestone and a young woman beginning a new chapter with the support of the people who have known her longest. But there was still one final detail about this wedding that made the entire celebration even more emotional, and it brought the story right back to Tallulah's journey. In the end, Tallulah Willis and Justin Acee's Idaho wedding was about much more than a beautiful setting or a headline-making guest list. It was about two people beginning a new chapter together while surrounded by the family and friends who matter most. For Tallulah, the day carried an especially powerful sense of new beginnings. Growing up as a daughter of Bruce Willis and Demi Moore meant living with a level of public attention most people never experience. Yet on this important day, the spotlight seemed to take a back seat to something much more personal, the love and support surrounding her. And for fans, seeing Bruce and Demi celebrate their daughter together made the occasion even more meaningful. Whatever changes life has brought over the years, their shared commitment to their family remains clear. What happened next was perhaps the most beautiful part. The conversation shifted away from celebrity headlines and toward genuine congratulations for Tallulah and Justin. Fans celebrated their happiness, their new beginning, and the family unity surrounding the wedding. The real story is far more interesting than simply saying that a Hollywood star's daughter got married. It's a reminder that behind the famous names and cameras are families who experience the same joy, emotion, and milestone moments as everyone else. So, what do you think about Tallulah Willis and Justin Acee's Dreamy Idaho wedding? Which part of this family celebration touched you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more Hollywood news, celebrity weddings, and the biggest entertainment stories. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.